Good afternoon, students. I hope you are doing good. So today's our topic is the continuation of thermodynamics in our 6th semester. So that is the reversible and irreversible process. So in the last class, we have already discussed about the types of systems like closed system, open system and isolated system. And also we have discussed about the types of thermodynamic process like isothermal process, adiabatic process, isochoric and isobaric. So till now we have discussed about all these topics. So that is the only introduction part. So now we are going to deal about the reversible and irreversible process. Reversible process, what is reversible and what is irreversible, we'll see now. So we know that the name itself indicating the reversible process means, for example, A gives rise to B, it's a reaction or it is a system. In this, A is reactant and B is product. So A is converting into B. After some time, B also starts to convert to A. So A is converting into B and B also converting into A. That means reactants are converting into products and also products are reacting back to A. So this type of reactions are called as reversible process. So when coming to irreversible process, there is only one flow of direction. That is A is converting into B. That is reactants are converting into products only, but there is no backward reaction. So in reversible reaction, the above arrow is called as forward reaction and the below one is called as the backward reaction. In forward reaction, what happens? That means reactants are converting into products, and in backward reaction, products are converting into reactants. Okay, but whereas in irreversible process or irreversible reactions, only reactants are converting into products only. And next, when coming to this is about reacting chemical reactivity. This is about the reactions we are applying the reversible and irreversible reactions. When we are talking about the process like isothermal process or adiabatic process, where there in reversible process we observe small changes. We observe small changes. For example, in sometimes we'll use dp, dt. So here we are using the small d. The small d indicates when there is a small change occurs in a process. When there is a small change occurs in a process, that type of reactions are called as reversible process, and we are indicating with the small d. And next, these changes occur in a infinitesimally small time. Infinitely small times. So these small changes occurs in a very small times also. Next, here generally these process involve number of steps like A gives rise to B. Next, B gives rise to C. For example, C gives rise to D. In every step, that means in the first step, second step and third step, in every step we can observe the equilibrium. So here, if you take the first step, that is A gives rise to B, there is equilibrium exists between the A and B. If you take the second step, that is C gives rise to D, in this also equilibrium exists between the C and D. That means in every step we can see the equilibrium between the reactants and products. Whereas in irreversible reactions or irreversible process, it is applicable for the large changes. If any large change occurs in the pressure or temperature or volume, where we are using the irreversible process, and these process occurs at a finite time, but that means it requires a definite amount of time. So those processes are called a irreversible process. That means once if the process is occurred, there is no backward reaction or there is no backward process. And next, we cannot see the equilibrium in every step. We can see the equilibrium in first and the final steps, but we cannot see the equilibrium in every step. Then there is no existence of equilibrium in every step. So this is a irreversible process. So this is about a reversible and irreversible process. Okay, let's see the example for reversible process and irreversible process. For example, we are taking one vessel. In this vessel, we are taking a gas. So we are applying a force or we are applying the pressure with the help of a piston. So this is a movable piston. With the help of a movable piston, we are applying the pressure. So the pressure exerted by the piston is called as P external. That means we are applying the pressure from the external side or from the atmosphere, that is called as the P external. And gas molecules are also exert some pressure, that is called as the P gas, that is the pressure of the gas. So when P external is equal to P gas, that means the external pressure is equal to the pressure exerted by the gas. The piston is constant, that means there is no movement of the piston when the P external, that means the external pressure is equal to the gas pressure. There is no change in the position of the piston. And next some weights are applying on the piston, some extra weights are applying on the piston, means we are applying the extra force. P external plus we are applying the extra force. What happened then? The piston move inverts the gas. The piston move inverts the gas. After some time, if we remove some small weight, if we remove some small weight from the piston, that means we are applying the small change, then what happened? The gas expands. That means when we releasing the weight, when we removing the weight, the gas expands towards the upper side. That means the equilibrium exists. When we are removing the gas, when we removing the weight, the gas expands, means here again the external pressure and the pressure of the gas will become equal. That means in every step the equilibrium will exist. So this is called as a equilibrium. This is the example for equilibrium in every step. Next here we have two types of forces, that is called as driving force. Here we have two types of forces, that is driving force. Driving force means that it is helpful for the expansion. The force which is helpful for the expansion is called as a driving force, that is the P external. Next there is another type of force, that is opposing force. Another type of force is called as opposing force. When driving force is more than the opposing force, when driving force is more than the opposing force, then reversible processes are possible. Whereas when driving force is less than the opposing force, when driving force is less than the opposing force, then irreversible processes are possible. So this is about the reversible and irreversible process. Okay, let's talk about some terminology like internal energy, next what is enthalpy, and next what is work done. Okay, what is internal energy? So let's see what is internal energy. So internal energy means every substance or every compound has some internal energy within itself. That means we can define the total or the sum of all the possible kinds of energies in a substance or in a process. The sum of all the possible kinds of energies in a system is called as internal energy. So let's see what are the possible systems. The first one is the translational energy. Second one is a rotational energy. So generally in molecules we'll observe rotational and vibrational energies, and in some molecules we can also observe electronic energy. And next in nucleus we'll see kinetic energy and potential energy. When we sum up these all type of energies, it is called as internal energy, and this internal energy is indicated some books by E and in some books we can see with the U. సో దట్ మీన్స్ ఒక సబ్స్టెన్స్లో ఒక ప్రాసెస్ ఒక సిస్టమ్ తీసుకుంటే ఆ సిస్టంలో ఉండేటువంటి ఈ ఎనర్జీస్ అన్నిటినీ కలిపి ఏ ఎనర్జీస్ ట్రాన్స్లేషనల్ ఎనర్జీస్, నెక్స్ట్ రొటేషనల్ అంటే మాలిక్యూల్స్లో మనకు వైబ్రేషన్స్, మాలిక్యూల్స్లో పార్టికల్స్ అనేవి వైబ్రేట్ అవ్వడం వల్ల రొటేట్ అవ్వడం వల్ల ఎనర్జీ ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతుంది. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ ఎలక్ట్రానిక్ లెవెల్స్లో ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ వల్ల కూడా ఎనర్జీ ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతుంది. నెక్స్ట్ మనకి మాలిక్యూల్స్కి కైనెటిక్ ఎనర్జీ ఉంటుంది, పొటెన్షియల్ ఎనర్జీ ఉంటుంది. సో బై సమ్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ ఎనర్జీస్ వీఆర్ కాలింగ్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఏ ఇంటర్నల్ ఎనర్జీ. నెక్స్ట్ ఇంటర్నల్ ఎనర్జీని మనం దేంతో రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తున్నామంటే ఈ లేదా యు అనే లెటర్స్తో ఇండికేట్ చేస్తున్నాం. జనరలీ ఇంటర్నల్ ఎనర్జీ, ద యూనిట్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటర్నల్ ఎనర్జీ ఇస్ ద క్యాలరీస్ ఆర్ joules. Internal energy units are calories or joules. 1 calorie is equal to 4.18 joules. Okay, so this is about the internal energy. Next we have enthalpy. What is meant by enthalpy means the total heat content of a system at constant pressure is known as enthalpy. The total heat content of a system. The system is having heat. A particular, when we are talking about a particular system, it may be reaction or it may be any process, the total heat content of this particular system is called as enthalpy. Okay, so the enthalpy is represented by H. The change in enthalpy is represented by delta H. Generally, enthalpy is not having any meaning. Generally, we are talking about the change in enthalpy and change in internal energy. Generally, we are talking about the change in internal energy and change in enthalpy. So, change in enthalpy is given by the delta H and is equal to H is equal to E plus PV. H is equal to E plus PV. So, this is about enthalpy. So, enthalpy is also a state function. Internal energy is also a state function. What is meant by state function? So, state function means any property which depends on the initial and final, any property depends upon the initial and final states, but not on the path of the function. So, if a property, either it may be internal energy or it may be pressure, it may be volume, it may be temperature, it depends only on the initial and final states only, but it shouldn't depend upon the how the path is going by the process. It doesn't depend upon the path. So, which depends only on the initial and final states is called as state variable or state function. State variable or state function. Generally, we have state variables like pressure, volume, temperature, next composition, next internal energy, next enthalpy, next entropy. These are all state functions only. So, what about path function means? So, path function doesn't depends upon the initial and final states. It depends upon the how they are going through the path, in which path they are directing. So, that depends upon the path of the function, but it doesn't depends upon the initial and final states. So, that is called as path variable. That is called as path variable. Okay, next so this is about the enthalpy. Next, equilibrium and non-equilibrium. These are all the terminology involved in the thermodynamics. Actually, we didn't entered into the actual topics of the thermodynamics. Just simply we are concentrating only on the what are the terminologies and what we are using in the further topics. So further topics lo use చేసేటువంటి terminology నే చూస్తున్నాం తప్ప ఇంకా డెప్త్ ఆఫ్ ద టాపిక్ కి మనం వెళ్ళలేదు. సో ఈక్విలిబ్రియం sometimes we are calling as the reaction is in equilibrium condition. So generally equilibrium condition means when A is converting into B, so in a reversible reaction. Generally equilibrium exists in a reversible reaction. So at a particular point the concentration of A and the concentration of B is also same. For example, 50% of A and 50% of B exist. So this type of condition is called as, in some way it is applicable, that is, it is called as equilibrium. So equilibrium can be defined as a system is said to be in a state of thermodynamic equilibrium when the state variables have constant values throughout the system. What are the state variables? For example, pressure, volume, temperature. If you say pressure, volume, temperature are state variable, throughout the system these variables values cannot change. So that type of equation is called as equilibrium, thermodynamically equilibrium. That type of situation is called as thermodynamically equilibrium. So what is equilibrium means? So when a system is in equilibrium means the state variables have constant values. That means when you talking about the pressure has constant value throughout the system, so that then the system is in equilibrium. If the values are changing throughout the process, that is called as non-equilibrium. If the values are changing throughout the process, that is called as non-equilibrium. So this is about the equilibrium and non-equilibrium. Next we will talk about work. So what is work means? Generally energy can be divided into two types, heat and work. Energy can be divided into two types. What are those means? Heat and work. Sometimes energy is liberated in the form of heat, and sometimes the energy is converting into work. Okay, so the energy can be converted into heat and work. So work means it is a mechanical. So work means it is a mechanical motion, mechanical way of transfer of energy. That means if we want to do work, we have to vibrate, or we have to rotate, we have to do something which is in motion. That's why work means mechanical way of transfer of energy. So here energy is transferring from one body to another body. It's obvious thing. So energy liberation is nothing but energy is transferring from one body to another body in the form of work, means it is a mechanical way of transfer of energy. Mechanical way of transfer of energy. Heat is non-mechanical way. Heat means non-mechanical way. We'll talk some other time about heat, but now we are concentrating on the work. So work. What is work, ma? Mechanical way of transfer of heat or transfer of energy is called as work. Generally, the formula for work is force into displacement. The formula for work is force into displacement. Okay, generally in the case of electrical work, when we are talking about electrical work, it is charge into volume or charge into potential energy. Next, gravitational force means G is equal to mgh. Gravitational force is mgh. Next, when we are talking in the physics, spring force, so spring work, that is half kx square. So this is about the different works we have in the thermodynamic process. So mechanical work of a gaseous system. When we are talking about a mechanical work of a gaseous system. So in this we are concentrating on the particularly gases. In thermodynamics, in all the time we are generally focusing on the gaseous systems only. So here also we are concentrating on the works of different gaseous systems. Okay, so when we are talking about the gaseous system, work is minus P external into delta V. So here the formula is W is equal to work is equal to minus P external into delta V. That means P external, that is the external pressure we are applying on the gas. External pressure we are applying on the gas. When we apply external pressure, the delta V means there is a change in volume. There is a change in volume of a gas. For example, we have a vessel here. In this vessel we have some gas X. On this gas we are applying the pressure with the help of a movable piston. It is our gas, it is our piston. So if we increase the external pressure, what happened? The gas goes inside. That means there is a compression of the gas. Okay, when we decrease the external pressure, that means when we moving up the piston towards outside, what happened? The force on the pressure on the gas decreases and the gas expands up. That means there is a two possibilities are there. When we increase the external pressure, that means when we move piston towards the gas will compress. So gas will compress, then volume decreases. Negative volume. When we increase the pressure, so we can call it as when we decrease the pressure by moving the piston upside, then what happened? The volume of the gas increases. So we have here two conditions. That means change in volume is taking place either is in positive way or in negative way. There is what happened, ma? The change in volume takes place. When we apply the external pressure, there is change in volume is taking place. This is called as work. So now we will take two examples in case 1. So now we will take two cases in case 1. So what happened in case 1? If gas expands. So if gas expands. So if gas expands, let's see what happened when gas expands. The first case, we are taking a vessel. So in this vessel we are taking gas. With the help of a movable piston, we are applying the pressure from the external. So here when gas will expand means when we move the piston towards upside, that means we are decreasing the pressure. So మనం piston ని పైకి జరుపుతున్నాము అని అంటే ఆటోమేటిక్గా గ్యాస్ మీద ప్రెషర్ని తగ్గిస్తున్నాము అని అర్థం. పిస్టన్ని లోపలికి జరిగితే లోపల ఉండేటువంటి గ్యాస్ మాలిక్యూల్స్ మీద ప్రెషర్ ఎక్కువ అవుతుంది. బట్ మనం పిస్టన్ని పైకి జరిపితే ఏమవుతుంది? గ్యాస్ మాలిక్యూల్స్ మీద ప్రెషర్ అనేది తగ్గుతుంది. దట్ మీన్స్ when we take the piston towards upside, the pressure on the gas molecules decreases and the gas expands. So appudu pressure తగ్గినప్పుడు గ్యాస్ ఏమవుతుంది? ఎక్స్పాండ్ అవుతుంది. సో ఎక్స్పాండ్ అయినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది అని అంటే వాల్యూమ్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఫస్ట్ ఉన్న వాల్యూమ్ ఇది. సో ఆఫ్టర్ ఎక్స్పాన్షన్ ఏమైంది? ద గ్యాస్ వాల్యూమ్ అంటే పిస్టన్ని పైకి తీసుకెళ్తే ఆటోమేటిక్గా V ఏమైంది? ఇంక్రీజ్ అయింది. సో హియర్ చేంజ్ ఇన్ వాల్యూమ్ ఈజ్ పాజిటివ్. So here change in volume, that is delta V is equal to positive. మన ఫార్ములా ఏంటి వర్క్ డన్కి? సో వర్క్ డన్ ఫార్ములా ఈజ్ W is equal to minus P external delta V. But here delta V is what ma? Positive. So W is equal to minus P external positive. So positive value వస్తే minus into plus ఏమవుతుంది? Minus. So W is equal to minus P external. So that is work done is equal to minus negative, that is work done is equal to negative. So here what happened, the work done by the gas, అంటే మనం ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇక్కడ పైన ఒక కాటన్ పెట్టాము. ఇఫ్ వీఆర్ ప్లేసింగ్ ఏ కాటన్ above the piston, when gas expands automatically piston move upside, in the same way the pressure the force present on the కాటన్ ఆల్సో. అంటే మనం ఎప్పుడైతే గ్యాస్ ఎక్స్పాండ్ అవుతుందో పిస్టన్ పైకి వెళ్తుంది. పిస్టన్ పైకి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు కాటన్ మీద ఇక్కడ ఒక కాటన్ పెట్టామనుకోండి, మనం కాటన్ పెడితే ఆ కాటన్ మీద కూడా ఏమవుతుంది, ఆ ఫోర్స్ అనేది పనిచేస్తుంది. దట్ మీన్స్ హియర్ వర్క్ డన్ ఈజ్ బై ద గ్యాస్, అంటే గ్యాస్ ద్వారా పని జరుగుతుంది. ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ వర్క్ డన్ బై ద గ్యాస్. వర్క్ డన్ బై ద గ్యాస్ ఆన్ ద యూనివర్స్. చుట్టూ ఉన్నది ఏంటి, సరౌండింగ్ కదా, ఆ సరౌండింగ్ మీద ఎవరి ద్వారా పని జరుగుతుందంటే వర్క్ డన్ బై ద గ్యాస్. సో ఇఫ్ గ్యాస్ ఎక్స్పాండ్ అవుతుంది అని అంటే వర్క్ డన్ బై ద గ్యాస్. సో వెన్ వర్క్ డన్ బై ద గ్యాస్, ద వర్క్ డన్ ఈజ్ నెగిటివ్. ఎప్పుడైతే గ్యాస్ ద్వారా పని జరుగుతుందో అదే అప్పుడు వర్క్ డన్ ఏమవుతుంది అని అంటే నెగిటివ్ వాల్యూ. వీ హ్యావ్ టు మెమరైజ్ దిస్, వీ హ్యావ్ టు రిమెంబర్ దట్ ద వెన్ వర్క్ డన్ బై ద గ్యాస్ దెన్ ద వాల్యూ ఈజ్ నెగిటివ్. గ్యాస్ ద్వారా పని జరిగితే వర్క్ డన్ వాల్యూ ఏంటి, నెగిటివ్. ఇది ఎక్స్పాన్షన్. నెక్స్ట్ ఏం చేస్తున్నాము అని అంటే వెన్ వీ అప్లయింగ్ ద ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ప్రెషర్, దిస్ ఈజ్ ద ఫస్ట్ కేస్. సో ఫస్ట్ ఇలా ఉంది. తర్వాత ఏం చేసాము, పిస్టన్ని మనం లోపలికి జరిపాం. దట్ మీన్స్ వీఆర్ అప్లయింగ్ ద ప్రెషర్ విత్ ద హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ ఎ పిస్టన్ బై మూవింగ్ టువర్డ్స్ ఇన్సైడ్. సో పిస్టన్ని లోపలికి జరిపినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది అని అంటే, సో సీ హియర్ చేంజ్ ఇన్ వాల్యూమ్ ఏంటి, ఇది ఫస్ట్ వాల్యూమ్. So after what happened, the change in volume decreases. So the change in volume is negative. ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ కేసులో వాల్యూమ్ పెరిగింది కాబట్టి పాజిటివ్ తీసుకున్నాం. బట్ ఇన్ ద సెకండ్ కేస్ వాట్ హ్యాపెండ్, వెన్ వీ గ్యాస్ కంప్రెస్ అయింది, వెన్ వీ అప్లై ద ప్రెషర్ విత్ ద హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ ఎ పిస్టన్, ద గ్యాస్ మాలిక్యూల్ విల్ కంప్రెస్. సో గ్యాస్ అంతా దగ్గరకు వచ్చింది. దెన్ వాల్యూమ్ వాట్ హ్యాపెండ్, దెన్ వాల్యూమ్ నెగిటివ్, ద వాల్యూమ్ బికమ్స్ డిక్రీజెస్. దట్ ఈస్ డెల్టా V ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు నెగిటివ్. దిస్ ఈస్ ద సెకండ్ కేస్ వెన్ గ్యాస్ కంప్రెస్. సో గ్యాస్ అనేది కంప్రెస్ అయింది. సో దెన్ W ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు మైనస్ P ఎక్స్టర్నల్ డెల్టా V. ఇక్కడ డెల్టా V వాల్యూ ఏంటి, నెగిటివ్. ఇట్ ఈజ్ ఆల్రెడీ నెగిటివ్, ఆల్రెడీ వీ హ్యావ్ నెగిటివ్ పాజిటివ్. దట్ ఈస్ వర్క్ డన్ ఈజ్ అ పాజిటివ్. ఇక్కడ గ్యాస్ మీద పని జరిగింది. హియర్ ద వర్క్ డన్ ఈజ్ ఆన్ ద గ్యాస్. బట్ ఇన్ ద ఫస్ట్ కేస్ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్, ద వర్క్ డన్ బై ద గ్యాస్. వెన్ వర్క్ డన్ బై ద గ్యాస్, దెన్ W వాల్యూ ఈజ్ నెగిటివ్. వెన్ వర్క్ డన్ ఈజ్ ఆన్ ద గ్యాస్ మీద వర్క్ డన్ జరిగినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది అని అంటే ద వర్క్ డన్ వాల్యూ ఈజ్ పాజిటివ్. సో నౌ వీ హ్యావ్ వర్క్ డన్ నెగిటివ్ అండ్ వర్క్ డన్ పాజిటివ్. లెట్స్ సీ ద డెరివేషన్ ఫర్ వర్క్ డన్. డబ్ల్యూకి డెరివేషన్ చూద్దాం. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ సో వీ హ్యావ్ టూ కేసెస్. సో ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ ఎక్స్పాన్షన్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఇది ఫస్ట్ ఉండేటువంటి గ్యాస్ పిస్టన్. సో ఆఫ్టర్ ఎక్స్పాన్షన్ అంటే వర్క్ డన్ బై ద గ్యాస్ ద్వారా వర్క్ జరిగింది. సో ఇది మన పిస్టన్, గ్యాస్ ద్వారా వర్క్ జరిగితే ఏమవుతుంది, వాల్యూమ్ విల్ ఇంక్రీజ్. గ్యాస్ ఎక్స్పాండ్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ వాల్యూమ్ ఇంక్రీజెస్. సో వాల్యూమ్ ఇంక్రీజెస్. హౌ మచ్ వాల్యూమ్ ఈజ్ ఇంక్రీజెస్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ లెట్స్ సే డెల్టా x volume is increases. Volume V is equal to delta x అనుకుందాం. ఓకే, జనరల్లీ వాట్ ఈజ్ ద వర్క్ డన్ బై ద గ్యాస్? So work done is equal to force into displacement. Work done is force into displacement. We know the formula for force. Force is equal to for example pressure is equal to force by area. What happened about, we want only force కావాలంటే ఏ తీసుకెళ్తే ఏమవుతుంది, PA. That means in the place of F we can substitute PA na. So that is PA into here displacement. What is the displacement? What is the expansion of gas is taking place here? Delta x. That means PA delta x. We know that what is the formula for volume? Volume is nothing but length, breadth and height. Volume is nothing but length, breadth and height. Okay, so here length and breadth we can take it as area. Length and breadth we can take it as area. Okay, h is nothing but height. How much amount of height increases here? Delta x amount of height increases. So here delta x, we we can write in the place of delta x, we can write in the place of a delta x v for PV అర్థమవుతుందా. సో ఇక్కడ ఏం చేసాము, వర్క్ డన్ అంటేనేమో ఫోర్స్ ఇంటూ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్, ఫోర్స్ నుంచి ఇంకో వాల్యూ తీసుకుంటే ప్రెషర్, హియర్ మనం ఇక్కడ ప్రెషర్ అప్లై చేస్తున్నాం. ప్రెషర్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఫోర్స్ బై ఏరియా. సో మనకి ఇక్కడ ఫోర్స్ ఒకటే కావాలి కాబట్టి ఈ రెండింటిని తీసుకొస్తే ఏమవుతుంది, పిఏ. సో ఇన్ ద ప్లేస్ ఆఫ్ ఫోర్స్ వీ కెన్ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ పిఏ. నెక్స్ట్ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ అంటే మనం ప్రెషర్ అప్లై చేసినప్పుడు ఎంత అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ గ్యాస్ ఎక్స్పాండ్ అయ్యింది. సో హియర్ డెల్టా ఎక్స్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ గ్యాస్ ఎక్స్పాండ్స్ హియర్. సో దట్ మీన్స్ హియర్ we can place here delta x. Next from the volume, so from the volume formula, that is length, breadth and height, here we can take length and breadth is nothing but area. So we can take here area. Height means how much amount of height of the gas increases here, delta x. So first of all the height is here. Next some amount of height increases. So what is the amount is delta x. That means in the place of a delta x, next we can write v, that is v. So the W is equal to PV. Okay, now here W is equal to PV. But here change in a force, work done is opposite direction. So here we are taking the difference, no, that's why we are writing here P delta V. So we are taking here P delta V. Okay, so we are taking here P delta V. But here, see here, we are applying the force from the upward direction, but here the expansion is taking towards the backward direction. That means these two are in opposite direction. The force is in the downward direction and the expansion is in upward direction. So both are opposite to each other. That's why we are putting here negative value. So W is equal to minus P delta V. So this is called as work done. The work done formula is equal to W is equal to minus P delta V. Okay, so in the next class we'll discuss about further topics. Thank you.